Hello, so we are now about to discuss parallelism and the outline for the module 5. So here's the most essential learning competencies. First, we have avoid faulty parallelism. Second, identify errors in a sentence. Third, know the importance of parallelism. And lastly, organize ideas into an outline. So we'll start with parallelism. So what do you mean by parallelism? So parallelism, it means refers to the similarity or congruence of the structure of words, phrases, and clauses and sentences. Ibig sabihin, dapat yung sentence natin is tama, match, and then appropriate yung mga nakalagay doon sa sentence. Yung structure of words, yung mga phrases, yung clauses. Kung noun yung pinag-uusapan, so dapat lahat ay nouns lang. Kung present verb lahat. Okay? So, we will find out later sa ating discussion. Okay. So, another meaning of parallelism, okay, so it also known as parallel structure, is when phrases in a sentence have similar or the same grammatical structure. In its most basic usage, parallelism provides a phrase with balance and clarity. Also serves to give phrases a pattern and rhythm. Okay, sa parallelism kasi, syempre, madidistinguish natin yung isang sentence kung ito ay tama. Depende sa gamit na right word doon sa sentence. Okay? So, meron din tayong tinatawag na pattern. Okay? So, dapat alam natin kung ano yung gagamitin natin ng mga appropriate word or term para maging parallel yung ating structure doon sa sentence. Okay, so para mas maintindihan ninyo, so we have here example 1. So here's a quotation, that's one step for man, one giant leap for mankind. So when Neil Armstrong first stepped foot onto the moon, he said what would become a famous quote. In this example, parallelism occurs in the repetition of 1, 4. Both phrases also follow the same grammatical structure. Okay, so let us see. That's one step for man. Okay? So let us see. That's one step for man. Okay. That's one step for man. And then one giant leap for mankind. Okay, so bakit daw nagkaroon ng parallelism dito sa quotation na to? Because of the repetition of one step for man. Okay, so sa phrase na to, that's one step for man, and then sa another phrase, one giant leap for mankind. So, dito sa two phrases na to and then naging sentence because of the period, kumbaga meron itong thought. That's one step for man, one giant leap for mankind. So, ibig sabihin, naiintindihan natin. Okay? So, because of this repetition of 1 and then 4. So, doon pa lang nakakreate na tayo ng thought. And then, it follows yung grammatical structure. That's one step for man, one giant leap for mankind. So, doon pumasok yung parallelism. Okay? So, naging parallel. 1, 4. Then, 1, 4. Okay, so, wag kayong malilito sa gamit ng or paano magkaroon ng parallel structure yung isang sentence. So, iba't iba yan, Okay, kasunod. One step. Okay, so yung 1 is action. 4, preposition. And then man, noun. Okay? And then 1 is action. Ito yung sa pangalawang phrase. Okay, so kung makikita natin, ito yung pattern. Action, preposition, and then yung noun. Okay? So, another phrase, so we have action, preposition, and then noun. Because of one leap for mankind. So, kaya, yung ating quotation ay naging parallel. Okay? So, kumbaga, nagkaparehas yung kanilang pattern. Okay? So, this parallelism gives it a memorable rhythm and repetition. Okay, so ito naman yung example number 2. So, meron daw memorable rhythm and then repetition. So, class, kung makikita natin, di ba sa quotation, kaya natin natatandaan yung isang quotation, it is because of yung kahulugan, yung meaning ng isang quotation, and then yung rhythm, at saka yung repetition. Diba? Ay, maganda tong quotes na to. Ang ganda ng rhythm niya. Okay? So, we have here example number 2. Okay, so, let us consider a quote from Mother Teresa. Okay. So, according to Mother Teresa, every time you smile at someone, it is an action of love, a gift to that person, a beautiful thing. Okay. So, in this example, parallel structure is used to list the effects of a smile. Okay. So, basahin ulit natin ha. Every time you smile at someone, it is an action of love, a gift to that person, a beautiful thing. So, ibig sabihin dito, yung effect ng smile. So, yung effect ng smile, ang daming pwedeng maging meaning. An action of love, a gift to that person, and a beautiful thing. Okay. So, tingnan natin, di ba, kung mapapansin natin, meron ditong 3 phrases. Kasi, tumutukoy ito dun sa effects of a smile. Okay, kita nyo? Okay, so, tingnan natin. So, ano ba yung effects ng smile? Okay, so, di ba yung an, it is an indefinite article, an. And then, action, yung noun. And then, yung of is preposition. And then, yung love is noun. So, ito yung pattern. Another phrase, ang pattern is ganun din. Yung A, so which is a gift to that person. So, yung A is indefinite article also, katulad ng an. And then, yung gift is noun. 2 is preposition. And then, that person is also a noun. So, ibig sabihin, naging parallel yung structure ng sentence because of the pattern. Okay? So, dapat yung pattern natin is magkakatulad. Hindi pwedeng yung isa indefinite, yung isa ay magiging definite. So, hindi yon parallel. Okay? So, dapat kung indefinite, dapat yung kasunod indefinite din. Okay? Kung yung isang phrase ay definite, kasunod na phrase ay definite din para maging parallel yung structure ng ating sentence. Gets ba? Okay, kasunod. Okay, so always remember, it is the parallel grammatical structure which creates a truly memorable phrase. Yon, tama yon. Kailangan dapat merong parallel grammatical structure para magkaroon ng memorable phrase. Okay? So, dapat ay an action of love. So, kasi di ba tayo nakaka-create ng thoughts is because dun sa memorable phrase. Okay? Kasi merong thought yung ating phrase na ginagamit. Okay, kasunod. Okay, so tayo ay nasa page 2 na ng inyong module 5. So, let us look for more examples. Okay. So, your writing will be clearer if the ideas within each sentence are written in a similar way. This is called parallel or similar form. For example, all verbs should be in the same tense and form. Yan. Okay, so dapat yung verb ay nasa same tense and then form. To have parallel structure, use matching nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs when you write a list. Parang katulad din sa nabanggit ko nung una. 'Di ba merong mga pattern? Indefinite, pronoun, okay, indefinite article, and then noun. So, dapat kung ano yung nasimulan nung phrase mo, dapat ganun din yung kasunod. Para maging memorable yung structure. Okay. So, let us see the difference nung not parallel sa parallel. Okay. So, in this example, the story is good for fruit, meat, and to buy cheese. Okay, so as we can see in this sentence, ang tinutukoy ditong pinakang subject is the store. The store is good for fruit, meat. So, dito pa lang sumala na di ba? Kasi kung mapapansin natin, yun daw, store na yun ay good for yun para saan? Para sa fruit, meat. Okay, tama. And then, sinundan ng to buy cheese. So, dito naging hindi parallel because of to buy. Okay? So, dapat hindi madudugtungan ng verb or any words na pwedeng pasira doon sa structure noong sentence. So, tingnan natin yung parallel. The store is good for fruit, meat, and cheese. So, ibig sabihin, yung sentence na yon ay tumutukoy doon sa store na kung saan itong store na to ay good lamang para sa fruit, meat, and cheese. Okay, so ibig sabihin, itong to ba yung nagpamali doon sa sentence na to and to make the sentence not parallel. Okay? So, wag kayong malilito doon. Okay, so next. Okay, kasunod natin is kasunod ay Okay. Next is, doctors say I should run, swim, and go walking. So, as you can see, diba, sabi ko dun sa una, okay, so dapat daw, to have parallel structure, use matching nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. So, all verbs should be in the same tense and form. So, as we can see in the second example, nag-iba na yung form ng verb dito sa first example. Bakit naging not parallel itong sentence na to? Doctors say I should run, swim, and go walking. So, dito sa unang verb form, run, swim, and go walking. So, nagpamali na dito is yung go walking. Okay? Kasi naging present tense na. Okay? So, ang tama ay, doctors say I should run, swim, and walk. So, dapat same verb form. Okay? To make the sentence parallel. Okay, next. Okay. The meal was tasty, quick, and the food was good for you. So, as we can see here, so, the meal was describing as tasty, quick, and then, nag-iba na yung meaning niya noong nalagyan ng food was good for you. Okay, so, nawala na yung pagiging parallel ng sentence, ng structure ng sentence, because from adjective, the food was good for you. Okay, so how to make the sentence parallel? Okay, so let us see the second example, the right one. The meal was tasty, quick, and helpful. So, the meal was describing as tasty, quick, and helpful. So, ibig sabihin, itong tatlo na to ay adjective. Okay, dinidescribe yung meal. Okay, get it? Okay, so here's another example. Okay, not parallel. In the rain, I drove slowly, carefully, and watched out for other drivers. So, as we can see, hindi naging not parallel itong sentence na to because kung makikita naman natin, so, diba, adverb. Adverb of manner, I drove slowly, carefully, and then naging and watch out for other drivers. So, nasira na dito yung sentence because hindi na continuous yung adverb dun sa ginagawa noong driver. Okay? So, let us see on how to make the sentence parallel. In the rain, I drive slowly, carefully, and defensively. Okay, so ibig sabihin, naging parallel na yung sentence because nagamitan ng right adverb of manner, which is slowly, carefully, and defensively. Okay, so pinapakita rito kung paano nag-drive yung driver sa ulanan. Okay? So, wag kayong malilito sa pag-determine ng not parallel sa parallel. Okay. So, another example is, okay, the qualities I admire most in a man are honesty, courageous, and compassion. Okay. So, kung makikita natin dito, hindi to parallel, di ba? Okay, so let us see yung parallel sentence. The qualities I admire most in a man are honesty, courage, and compassion. So, pinapakita dito yung characteristic ng isang tao na ina-admire niya. Okay? Okay. So let us see another example. So by the way, so this question is for your virtual recitation. So I will call somebody through Zoom, Messenger, and phone call. So first question is, why should we avoid faulty parallelism in writing sentences? So, since meron na kayong module, pwede nyo na itong isulat sa inyong module kasi inyo na yan. Okay, so another question is, can you find the error in these sentences? Okay, so ibig sabihin, hahanapan nyo daw ng error yung sentence na ito. Alexander Graham Bell was a painter, teacher, and he invented things. Okay. So, class. So, ang sinasabi dito, si Alexander Graham Bell daw ay isang painter, isang teacher, and he invented things. So, alin kaya dito yung nagpamali sa sentence, kaya ito ay hindi naging parallel. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, dinidescribe dito si Alexander Graham Bell. Okay, so sasagutan nyo yan. Pwede nyo isulat dito sa baba yung tamang sagot para pag tinawag ko kayo, alam nyo na yung sagot. Madali na. Okay? So, another example is, Pam likes water skiing, to swim, and sails. Okay. So, as you can see, kitang-kita nyo agad dito yung nagpamali. Okay, so ano ba yung nagpamali dyan? So, di ba dapat match yung gagamitin natin na adverb, noun, form of verb. Okay, kung yun ay present, dapat present. Kung yun ay dapat ay past tense dapat lahat. Okay? Sasagutan nyo yan sa baba, and then tatawagin ko kayo isa-isa. Okay, so next. Okay, so ito yung mga questions na to. Answer the following for virtual recitation. So, ibig sabihin, class, ulitin ko ulit ha. Ito ay hindi nyo ipapasa. Ito ay para sa inyo. Ito ay sa inyong copy. Gagamitin nyo ito para sa ating virtual recitation. Okay? So, pwede kayo magsagot dito sa module ninyo. So, ano yung instruction dyan? So, the instruction is, okay, write P if the sentence has parallel structure. Write NP if the sentence does not have parallel structure. So, babasahin niyo of course na mabuti kung tama ba yung structure ng sentence. So, first sentence, eating the right foods will help you feel healthier, more attractive, and strongly. Is it parallel or not parallel? Just write P only and NP. Okay, P for parallel And then NP for not have parallel structure. So, ito lang letters na to ha. NP, and then yung P. Okay? Number 2, so yan, basahin nyo lang yan isa-isa, intindihin mabuti. Okay? So, pag nalilito kayo, pwede nyo balikan yung mga previous examples natin. Bakit ba ito parallel? Bakit ba ito not parallel? Okay? So, hindi ko na ito isa-isahin. Okay. So, kasunod naman, ito ay para din sa inyong virtual recitation. In the sentences below, write a word or phrase in the blank that gives the sentence parallel structure. Okay, so ibig sabihin, kukumplituhin nyo itong sentence na to. Okay, isusulat nyo yung word or phrase in the blank that gives the sentence parallel structure. So, isusulat nyo yung tamang word para maging parallel structure yung sentence. So, let us read. Number 1. The little girl liked eating cookies better than... So, yon. So, syempre, para maging parallel yung structure natin, dapat tama rin yung word or yung phrase na inyong ilalagay. Okay, kasunod. Yan. So, ito yung mga questions. So, kayo na yung bahala mag-iisip kung ano ba yung words or phrase na pwede nyo isulat para maging parallel yung structure ng sentence. Okay. Kasunod. To check for parallel structure, you must first identify the compound elements. Okay. So, you need to check for parallel structure. You must first identify the compound elements. So, look for the conjunction and, but, or nor. Then decide which words the conjunction joins. So, after you have located the compound elements, check to be sure that the word forms are alike. Okay? So, remember, you are looking for similarity in form, not meaning. Journalist, lawyer, and engineering are related in meaning. So, all deal with occupations. However, the first two nouns refer to people, while the third refers to a career. So, tingnan nga natin to. A parallel list would be journalist, lawyer, and engineer. So, all people. Okay? So, kung makikita natin dito, class. So, yung journalist daw, yung lawyer, so ito yung tinatawag natin na it refers to a career ng isang tao. Okay? So, it deals to occupation. And then, nagpaiba is yung engineering. Diba yung engineering course yun? So, ito ay career na gusto mong tahakin. So, hindi siya angkop dito sa journalist, lawyer. Kasi yun ay occupation na ng isang tao. Okay, gets nyo ba? So, a parallel list would be journalist, lawyer, and engineer. So, dapat tatanggalin yung ing para maging accurate dito sa sentence na to or sa words na to. So, sabi nga dito, remember, you are looking for similarity in form, not meaning. Okay? Kasunod. Okay, so naintindihan kaya yung parallelism? Okay, so always remember na dapat yung mga nouns ay match para hindi kayo malito. Tingnan yung gamit ng verb. Ito ba ay present form, past tense? So, titingnan natin yun Okay, so lesson 2 is outline. What is an outline? Okay, so di ba class, pag kayo ay nagbabasa ng isang story, halimbawa ay paano nyo mas maiintindihan yung isang story? So, di ba kailangang i-outline din yung story para mas maintindihan natin? Kasi kapag sobrang haba, mas dumadami ba yung conclusion natin? Para bang magiging complicated yung ating thinking. Okay? So, kaya kailangan natin ng outline. Ano ba pag sinabi natin outline? An outline, so by the way, ito ay lesson 2 na. An outline is a great way to organize your thoughts as well as organize information from what you have read. It provides a brief overall view to correlate and rearrange ideas, so it can be useful to prepare a speech, essay, or novel as well as a handy tool for memorization while studying. So, pag sinabing brief, ito yung pinakang summarize, yung pinakang accurate word or accurate answer para dun sa hinihinging information. Okay, so brief lang. So, pinakang accurate na answer. Okay, pinakang the best. Okay. So, dito ay ikakat ko muna kasi 32 minutes na